What's going on, everybody? My name is Jake and welcome back to more Pokemon Gaia. In the last episode we made our way here to Saros Village through the Arcan Tunnel, and we're supposed to be looking for the second entrance to the Arcan Tunnel, which could lead to some information about why the recent tremors are happening here in Orptus. But for now it looks like we're supposed to be taking on the gym here in Saros Village. We did some trainer battles at the end of the last episode, and I went ahead and finished up any trainer battles that I missed in Arcan Tunnel, as well as the surrounding area around Saros Village. And I also went on a bit of a catching spree, so as you'll see here, I have a full team of 6. Our main 2 that we are focused on, Joltik and Turtwig, the Pokemon that I will for sure be using for the team. Again, Joltik's evolved form Galvantula is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, so having access to it this early in the game, I really just wanted to use it. And then the rest of these, we have a couple prospective team members. So I caught a Flabebe, a Litleo, and a Snubbull, mainly for Intimidate, but I could end up using it on the team. And I also caught a Zubat, which is in the daycare along with Whismur. And also, since the daycare is here so early on the game, let me guys show you this. It is low-key overpowered. I mean, I don't think we have the money to buy them back, but look how many levels we've gained while they've been in the daycare, just from me running around doing off-screen training. Whismur has grown by 12 levels, and Zubat has already grown by 6. So that means Whismer's already level 14, which would be by far our highest on the team, and Zubat has grown by 6 levels. So, as you see, we don't have room in the party. I assume I don't have enough money anyway, because it's usually $100 per level, and as you'll see here, we have $64. So yeah, the daycare being here this early because you get 1 experience point for every step that you take in the game. Since they're so low level Pokemon, it doesn't really take that many steps to get level up, so yeah. Maybe kind of a little, I guess, I don't want to say cheat, but a little life hack there. But again, you need to have the money to be able to buy them back anyway, which we do not. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and start the gym challenge here in Saros Village, which is a fairy type gym. And even though I have been playing a little bit, obviously off camera, I played some Pokemon X and I've been playing Pokemon Sun as well. I'm still not very familiar with the fairy type, so I have Bulbapedia pulled up for the type coverage of fairy. Poison type moves are great here, which, we have a Zubat in the daycare, but it doesn't know any poison type moves. So it looks like Fairy resists Bug, which is unfortunate for Joltik, but it has nothing with Grass, so Turtwig's probably going to be our star player. Joltik does not know any Electric type moves yet, so we'll be using him mainly for, setup and softening up the other Pokemon. Don't be fooled by the trees, we use Fairy type Pokemon here. Alright, so here we go, our first gym battle. Well, not the actual gym battle, but gym trainer battle. So yeah, it's going to be mostly switch training here since Joltik doesn't have anything that does super effective damage or even effective damage on the fairy type. But as you see, the levels are pretty low, and again, I did I did all of the trainer battles around Saros Village. If you go eastward, do the trainer battles there's an artist that's blocking your path, which I think I might have showed that on camera. And it does the whole, you can't rush art, whatever, come back when I'm finished. And then if you go west, up through, the flowery patches, there's a couple trainer battles, and then it pulls a Pokemon, Crystal, where it has 2 trainers in the midst of a battle that's blocking the path, so you can't venture outside of Saros Village other than doing the trainer battles. So yeah, it looks like all that's left to do is the gym battle here. So we're going to knock this out today and then see what becomes of that second entrance to Arcan Tunnel, which I assume we're going to get the HM for cut after this, because it looks like the second entrance is just behind some doors that need cut down. So I thought the levels would be a little bit higher here. We're kind of, Turtwig especially is way over leveled. But I assume for the actual gym battle it'll probably ramp up. And also, since I've caught all those Pokemon, I've gotten some experience from that as well, since it has the Gen 6 mechanic of, you know, giving experience for catching Pokemon. It seems like this game has mechanics up to Generation 6, so, yeah. Like I said, I caught a couple extra Pokemon just for some prospective team members, like I did in Pokemon Glazed. You know, when you have such a wide range of Pokemon and you're not sure when you encounter, you know, when certain Pokemon get encountered and when they don't. Oh, great, it's one of these mazes. Oh, I wonder if this is kind of like, what was that place in Fire Red post game where, like, the number of trees tells you, you know, which... this gym... I don't want to face me. The actual gym trainers don't know what it is. If, like, the number of trees tells you which, you know, spot you're supposed to go towards. Okay, Cottony is grass, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's Grass Fairy, this will at least do neutral damage. Okay, yeah, so Grass Fairy, but as you see there, it does literally nothing. So, yeah, we're better off just switching out. Fortunately, Joltik's kind of hard to use in battle right now. As you saw, it has Screech and Thunder Wave, which will definitely come in handy for the gym battle because it'll be great setup moves. But as far as its own offense, it's pretty lacking right now. But that's what we have Turkey for. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to be catching a lot of Pokemon because, yeah, you never know what you're going to run into in these ROM hacks, like what Pokemon appear at what times during the game. So, like, you know, perfect example, Joltik, one of my favorite Pokemon, we get it this early on. I mean, I'm going to jump on that opportunity to use it. And then there's some other Pokemon that I have on the team that maybe I haven't used either ever or much before, like Litleo from Gen 6. I like Litleo mainly because I like cats. I have cats of my own. And so, you know, with that, I've always liked the big cats as well, like tigers and lions. So Litleo eventually evolves into a lion, so, and it's a typing that we would need. It's normal and fire, which would give us immunity to ghost types in that regard, and also, you know, obviously fire is good against grass, bug, and ice. So that could be a potential team member there. I've also said that it'd probably be good to have a fighting type to complement Turtwig, because when it eventually fully evolves, it'll have a big weakness to ice. Okay. That takes us back to her. And alright, so we want to go this one. And let's go this one here. That took us back to her. Let's go down. Alright, we're making progress. Go ahead and heal up a bit here. And we got a youngster and another small girl trainer, so let's go ahead and take these two out. Schnabbaball. Alright, so here's a good example where, you know, probably not going to be able to do too much damage because Snubble's got decent defense, even though, you know, Turtwig outlevels it by quite a bit. We'll use a Screech to set up, and we'll switch out. I might even consider doing some switch training for, you know, some of these other prospective team members we have. Like Litleo. I think Litleo, of the bunch that we caught, I mean Flabebe as well, because I've never really used Fairy type. This guy's got 2 Snubbles. I'm going to switch to... You know what? Let's get Litleo in there, give her some experience. Because, like I said, I think of the ones I've caught so far, because I really like lions and big cats in general, and it's a normal fire type, which I think is a typing that would fit well in the team, I'll at least get it some experience here. That way, if I do decide to use it, it's not completely falling behind. I understand I could throw it in the daycare as well, but again, I don't want to run into a situation where I have Pokemon that maybe I want to use in the daycare, but I don't have the money to grab them out, so... Wouldn't hurt to get a little switch training. Okay, can you stop freaking flinching, please? Alright. Didn't really do much in the way of damage for us there, but used Scary Face like 4 times to make it as annoying as possible. And Litleo gets a level up. I guess it also wouldn't hurt to have... There we go, we get a stab fire attack that can maybe come in handy for the gym. Go ahead and heal up Turtwig here. Hopefully we're towards the end of the gym trainers. Alright, Spritzy, I believe this is a pure fairy type. So again, we're just gonna lay down a Screech to soften it up a little bit. And we'll take this hit here and switch out to Turtwig. I know this is... Okay, that actually did a fair bit. The gym trainers are seemingly increasing little by little in terms of levels with each one that we face. So I'm guessing the actual gym leader will probably have at least level 10 Pokemon. Which again isn't too scary because, you know, Turtwig obviously outlevels that. And we do have a health healing move, even though Absorb wasn't really doing a whole lot. Because Turtwig's physical attack is the much better. Alright, yeah, let's just go right at it. Because I'm worried if I switch to either Litleo or Joltik, it won't be able to survive an attack. I'm not quite able to take it out. Alright. Can we get a level up here? Yes, we can. We're level 13 now. And we learned Razor Leaf, which is a physical grass type move, so that'll actually come in great for the gym battle. Alright, now let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you're watching, you may be able to decipher a pattern. I did not there, but we made our way to the gym leader anyway. So, we go ahead and heal everyone up here. I think we'll lead with Joltik just because, again, any setup work to make things easier for Turtwig could go a long way. Litleo with a stab Ember maybe could come in handy, but because it's level 5, I think we'll just keep the focus on our 2 main team members. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Hello, my name is Fernando. I am the gym leader of Sarah's village. I'm sorta new at this. Go easy on me, okay? Alright, bring it on. Alright, well, I didn't want our first gym battle to be against a total pussy, but here we go. I'm just kidding. Alright, he sends out Clefairy, and yeah, level 11, which, again, I kind of anticipated they'd be right around those, you know, level 10 or maybe a little bit higher. Okay, we missed the first Screech, which is very unfortunate. And critical hit, so not a good start for Joltik there, but at least we did get 1 Screech down. And again, now that we have a physical type grass move, physical grass move, Turtwig, can you stop being so damn slow? Not even a one-shot. Okay. Alright, I was hoping he'd heal, honestly, so we could use this. If I should have known he would have used just a normal potion. I am not doing too well right now. Okay, thankfully this hits, so this will take out the Clefairy. Alright, he goes to Ralts. I think we should just go right at it. Whew, wow. That was a really good move. Alright, thankfully we're not taking too much damage. before. Razor Leaf might have honestly one-shot it. Okay. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, Turtwig, hit it. And I'll switch you out. Or don't. I mean, this is why I got some buffer Pokemon. Alright, I need you to survive this, Litleo. Oh yeah, it's fire type, so it actually resists fairy. Alright, so we can use this turn to use our potion. Gosh. Turtwig not outspeeding these Pokemon is actually really unfortunate. Alright, we need to get in there, take out this Ralts, and then switch to someone to buy a turn so that we can send Joltik out, and hopefully Joltik outspeeds his ace so we can get down either a Thunder Wave or a Screech. Okay, Joltik should definitely outspeed a Jigglypuff. But just to... Okay, but we outspeed Jigglypuff? Really? Alright. Defense Curl, so... I should just keep going right at it, honestly, not even worry about trying to set up, because Razor Leaf does have a high critical hit ratio. If he's just going to keep defense curling, I think we're more likely to run into a lucky crit and take it out. Bam. Right on cue. How about that timing? And there we go. So, a little bit scary there. We're kind of getting unfortunate with, you know, Joltik missing his Screech, and then Turtwig getting confused, but in the end, we get the job done. Wow, this doesn't count. I'm not giving you my badge. Oh my god, it's like Misty. No, 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 I don't want to give you my badge. You can't make me. You motherfucker. Get back here. Whoa, what do you say to Fernando? He stormed out of here and threw his Pokeballs at me. Gosh dang it. Alright. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you, but are you the trainer that just defeated Fernando? He's my grandson, and he seems to be in quite the state. He ran off to Wisp Forest, but he has no Pokemon with him. Would you do me a kindness and chase after him? I couldn't bear to see him get harmed. Oh, thank you. Wisp Forest is to the west of the village. Just follow Sarah's path. You can't miss it. Thank you, trainer. Yes, I've actually been down that westward path of Saros, so you go and heal up, and whatever money I have will probably be good to buy some potions, and we can make our way to Wisp Forest. We'll see if there's trainers and stuff in there. We might have to save Wisp Forest for the next episode so that this one doesn't run too long. So yeah. Let me go ahead and buy some potions here. So we got $2,500 now, which is a little bit better. I know I could save some of that money to, you know, buy one of our Pokemon back from the daycare, but I'm not really... I'm more so worried about having items in this early portion of the game for healing, as opposed to buying back this Pokemon. But man, that Whismur... I don't think I'm going to end up using Whismur, especially... I'd prefer to use Litleo, which would already have the normal type coverage then. So I think we'll pass on Whismur, but... I mean, I'll at least keep it in the party to have a decent level buffer Pokemon. Maybe come out and take multiple hits. And then yeah, I'll just have to decide on some of the other Pokemon that I have. Not completely sold on Litleo, but it's a Pokemon that I wanted to use, or I've wanted to use in Pokemon X, but I mean, you get the Kanto starter, so I naturally chose Charmander in my first playthrough in that game, and then there's just other fire types in that game that I prefer more. So yeah, this might be a good opportunity to use Litleo, but we'll see. There could be fire type Pokemon that I prefer more in the game. We'll just have to wait and see. But for now, we'll keep it in the party and maybe give it some training here and there. Alright, forward to Wisp Forest. And I guess we'll find out what Pokemon we can find in here. See if there's anything that we might want to look into grabbing for the team. We got a bug catcher here, so speaking of the devil, let's go ahead and let Litleo get some shine here. Since we have the Same type of attack bonus for Ember. And this Pokemon are level 9, so we might be able to take one of them out with Ember. But we shall see. At the very least, it'll be decent switch training experience. And that was a critical. I thought being 4 levels lower, it would do... I thought that would be like the base damage. But I guess not. Can we get a critical hit? Not quite, but it is right there to be taken out. Okay, thankfully we don't get poisoned. And this should be a level up for Litleo. There we go. 2 levels up on top of that. How about that? Alright. I mean, we could just keep her out here because Kakuna's just going to use Harden. Alright, critical hit. No, once again down to 1 HP. Oh, this Kakuna can actually attack. Interesting. Well, still no problem for Litleo, so there we go. We get some good training for her. Again, as a prospective team member, I'm either going to have them in the daycare or getting some switch training here and there, just so that if I do ultimately decide to use it, if it makes sense for the team, we won't have to level grind like crazy or have to switch train or whatever. We'll see when we get the experience share in this game, hopefully at a somewhat decent portion. We need a cleanse tag there, which I think that's for... Okay, yeah, it's basically a repel as a held item. But I don't want to use that here since we're trying to see what kind of Pokemon we can run into. Alright, looks like there's a trainer up ahead. This is our first encounter in Wisp Forest, so... The Pumpkaboo, what's that, a grass ghost type? Don't need a grass type. But I think Pumpkaboo is a trait evolution, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe if you're looking to use one, I'm guessing there's got to be some way to evolve the, you know, normal... What would normally be trait evolutions in a ROM hack, because there's no way to trade. Like I said, when we played Glazed... you know, we had the trade stone, that's how we were able to get Gengar. Seen a Pumpkaboo, I literally just saw one about 14 seconds ago. Shroomish, that's another good Pokemon, I think a pretty underrated one. Grass fighting type when it fully evolves. I'm going to pass though, because again, we already have a grass type in Turtwig. And there's the little pussy right here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm too scared for apologies. Just take the Mystic Badge and let's go home. So we get the Mystic Badge from little bitch boy Fernando. Quick, let's get out of here. Gosh. Thank you for bringing my grandson back. We were so worried about him, especially because he had no Pokemon. Anyway, I would like to give you this as a token of my appreciation. And like I figured we'd get the HM for cut. I want to thank you for knocking some sense into my grandson. He's a sensitive one. Yeah, that's... some type of word for it. Grandma, I'm not like that anymore. From now I'm going to be like Gaia. I'm going to be cool, silent trainer. Now, I've got a gym to go run. How do you even decide on a kid like that to run a gym anyway? I also need to get back to work. Thanks again, Guy, and feel free to leave your... I actually already have 2 of my Pokemon here with you, so yeah. So with that, I don't want to look at my trainer card. Well, I guess we got to see a brief glimpse at our gym badge there. Oh, Cut is a bug type in this game. I did not know that. I mean, honestly, it wasn't bad to teach a Joltik, but we'll still keep it with Zigzagoon. I forgot that they changed Cut to bug type, which I think makes sense in a way, but it is an HM still. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll have to brush up my knowledge on how HMs work in the later games. Like, I know the one NPC earlier in this game said that we didn't need gym badges to use HMs. But I don't know if you still have to have the move deleter to delete them from your moveset in case you want to get rid of them or what. But anyway, I think this is a great stopping point for this episode. We got our first gym badge after, well, we had to go through some trials and tribulations to get it after defeating Fernando. But yeah, we went through Wisp Forest. I don't think any of the Pokemon in there because it seems like it's going to be mostly grass and bug types, as you would kind of assume in a forest dungeon. So we'll probably pass on the Pokemon in there. But it looked like there was maybe a trainer and an item that we missed in our search for Fernando. So maybe next episode I'll start off with those. And then we'll come back here to what seemingly looks like the second entrance to Ark and Tunnel to progress the story. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I'll see you guys next time for more Pokemon Gaia. Goodbye.